high standards make you hot. Because let's talk about what hot is. Hot is a vibe that is synonymous with confident power. Okay, those two things are synonymous. So, therefore, high standards is inherently powerful. Like, having high standards means you're willing to take up more space in this world unapologetically without feeling guilty. And the reason why this works is because it is socially unacceptable. So you're actually triggering people around you by having high standards. How could she ask for that? How could you want that? How could you spend that much? How could you feel comfortable having this X, Y, or Z, a chef or a personal assistant, whatever the case may be? How could you feel comfortable like asking for the waitress to take the food back? How could you feel comfortable like refusing not to fly the way that you want to fly? It's like it's triggering because we are so indoctrinated to believe that like this less room you take up, the more virtuous you are. This is also known as slave morality by Nietzsche. Slave morality, meaning you bought the scam. It's a roundabout way of saying you got scammed, and it is what it is. So people are triggered by this. Like, how could you? It's the reason why it's a powerful stance. That's why it makes you hot, because it requires power and audacity to ask for something that is like you have to think outside the box for. This is called master morality. Okay, it's essentially master morality. I didn't know I was going to be bringing Nietzsche into this, but this is actually a little bit what we're talking about. So master morality is like morality is subjective. Like, why do you have these like strict standards on what is okay for me to need? Why do you think that it's like I have to need what you want me to need? And that's just because needs are not prioritized in our society. Needs are not fucking prioritized. I didn't even know what a need was. I was like, I'm allowed to need a thing? That's insane. So, yeah, that's actually one thing therapy is really good for. I feel like traditional therapy will help you learn boundaries and standards, which are mandatory. No, I'm sorry. Why did I say boundaries? I say boundaries and standards because I have a workshop called Boundaries and Standards, but like, no, it's boundaries and needs. Therapy helps you learn boundaries and needs. Okay, it's very good. Anyways, needs are not like we have this. I don't know if it's like the religious how deep it is in our psyche, but like we have this core of shame. Like why do we inherently shame things that we don't even choose to need? I didn't choose to need things a certain way. This is like whoever the fuck is my brain and my body, my human is asking for these things. But like we were taught to, like, we are allowed to need X, Y, or Z. You're allowed to pick from these three things what you need. But that's asinine, obviously. That's stupid as hell. Doesn't make any sense. And then we're choosing what we want through a lens of what we're allowed to have. And then we're, by virtue of that, neglecting ourselves. And then we just become completely disconnected from ourselves. And we're operating through this like persona. And you don't even know a need if it hit you in the face. But this is what our like standards, this is why standards make you powerful, is because it requires a certain level of like understanding to like outthink these problems. It requires like a lot of adulation, whatever that word is, to overcome these things mentally. So, and to figure out how to do things mentally, okay, it increases your capacity to move around the earth, move about society, and therefore, that is why it makes you fucking hot. Simple as that, right? Let me just look at my notes real quick. If there's anything that I need to make sure I cover, but essentially, this is it. Learning your damn needs. You need to learn your needs. Once you learn your needs, then you have to feel worthy enough to ask for your needs to get met. Like, it's actually so simple, but it's actually so crazy because it's a learned behavior and you have to unlearn it. And yeah, that is a process. It's just a practice, it's a process, and it never ends. It never ends. You just like, it gets better. You get better at moving around the earth. So, my like motivation was to understand like sustainable hotness, what I talk about. Like my motivation was to understand that. Like, well, distill it. What am I getting from my looks? Okay, I get power. Okay, well, power I can figure out how to transfer this onto something else. It's like literally not the end of the world. What's the big deal? So, this is an important thing, not just for aesthetic appearance. It's like I was never just going to be satisfied with like one or the other, and they're tied. Like, it seems pretty logical to me that free flowing energy that's like has no like barriers or blockages, that's going to be the most attractive energy. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, kittens, learn about needs, figure out how to implement them, and don't feel bad about needing things. That is what I'm talking about. The core of shame. Feeling bad about needing things is retarded. I think that word, I don't know if I can say that word. It is retarded, okay? It is not smart. So take up space. Take up all the space. Don't judge yourself for needing things. Like, you didn't ask to need those things. This is like, again, it's like against your will that you need certain things. And the way you get in touch is by recurring on a regular basis to ask myself, what do I need right now? What do I need right now? What do I need right now? Like, this is how you begin to know what you need. And then it's a practice of implementing those things, and you will result in less porousness. Your boundaries will become rock solid, and that makes you so attractive. It makes you so attractive, but it makes you actually just live an amazing life. Does that make sense? Like, the goal is to live an amazing life. That's the actual goal. A goal or a life where you are like in ease and flow, whatever that means to you. Like, it shouldn't feel like a forcing, a pushing, a stressing, a needing, a contorting, a lifeless. Like, that is how you know your subconscious mind has taken over. When you're in that vibe, then you're living in your whatever trauma has occurred in your life to make you believe that you had to live that way, because you don't. So that is how high standards make you hot. At least so much. I love you guys. Coaching and my EFT school will be below. If you don't know EFT, that's fine, because in these programs, which I'm kind of uploading like once a day right now because I really want to bulk it up, I teach you how to do it. Like, I kind of teach you how to do it as we go. I kind of train you how to do it as we go. So you're learning the skill of EFT tapping. Try a Brad Yates video if you want. He's free on YouTube here, and just see if you resonate with it, because it's the best thing that's ever happened. Just don't even know what else to tell you. So The beauty school, energy of beauty school. Wait, energy of hotness school. Wait, I what? I wrote energy of hotness school. Okay, well, it's actually energy of beauty school, and it is my new child, and it is a portal. So anytime you really need to tap in and like focus on up leveling, I love doing these containers of like 2 or 3 months. You know, it's a membership. So I love doing these 2 or 3 month containers where I'll like focus on tapping, like I'll like focus on tapping for like every day or like hours and hours a day. If I really am going through something for like a condensed period of time, like a few months, and then I'll come out and I'll fly my wings, you know, whatever. But that's why I like the membership, is because um it really helps you to focus like in a contained space, like do it like a month, whatever, or whatever, anyways. Yeah, it's the best thing ever. So I will teach you. If you don't know how to do it, trust me, as you go through it, you will learn. But then I also have one-on-one private coaching if you want to do more like hands-on, that contains basically 4 one-on-one EFT sessions once per week for 4 weeks, and then texting in between. So basically what we do, it's like 1 hour per session. And what we do is like, the first thing we do is, this is how I want my life to be. This is where my life is. And then we navigate there step by step. We identify the blocks, we identify your limiting beliefs, and we tap through them. We tap through them. And if you don't like it after one session, you can get your money back. Okay? Because it's a new program. So I want you guys to be happy. Okay. I love you so much, and I will see you later. Bye.